the Lysistrata. Lysistrata. Aristophanes. This is the dramatis persona. Lysistrata, a herald of the Laconians. Calonis, Laconian ambassadors. Marina, Athenian ambassadors. Nempito, idlers. Magistrates, a porter. Stratilis, chorus of men. Synesia, chorus of women. A child of Cineas. It is daybreak at Athens, and Lysistrata, a young and beautiful woman, is standing alone, with marks of evident anxiety in her countenance and demeanor. The scene represents the sloping hill which rises from the lower to the upper city. In the background are the Propylaea, the splendid portals of the Athenian Acropolis. Lysistrata is on the lookout for persons who do not come, and after exhibiting various symptoms of impatience, she suddenly begins to speak with abrupt and indignant emphasis. Now, were they summoned to some shrine of Bacchus, Pan Coelius Genitilis, there had been no room to stir, so thick the crowds of timbrels. And now, there's not one woman to be seen. Say, here comes one, my neighbor Calenus. Good morning, friend. Good morning, Lysistrata. Why, what's the matter? Don't look gloomy, child. It don't become you to knit not your eyebrows. My heart is hot within me, Calenus, and sore I grieve for sake of womankind, because the men account us all to be sly, shifty rogues. And so, by Zeus, we are. Yet though I told them to be here betimes to talk on weighty business, they don't come, they're fast asleep. They'll come, my dear heart. They'll come. 'Tis hard, you know, for women to get out. One has to mind her husband, one to rouse her servant, one to put the child to sleep. One has to wash him, one to give him pap. Ah, but they've other duties still more pressing than such as these. Well, but Lysistrata, why have you, dear, convoked us? Is the matter a weighty subject? Weighty, yes. And pregnant? Pregnant, by Zeus. Why ever don't we come, then? No, it's not that. We'd have to come fast enough for such like nonsense. 'Tis a scheme I've hit on, tossing it over many a sleepless night. Tossing it over? Then 'tis light, I fancy. Light? Aye, so light, my dear, that all the hopes of all the states are anchored on us women. Anchored on us? A slender stay to lean on. Aye, all depends on us. Whether as well the Peloponnesians, all shall cease to be. Sure, and 'tis better they should cease to be, and all the dwellers in Boeotia perish, except the eels. Do pray except the eels. But about Athens, mark you, I won't utter such words as these. You must supply my meaning, but if the women will but meet here now, Boeotian girls, Peloponnesian girls, and we ourselves, will save the states between us. What can we women do? What brilliant scheme can we poor souls accomplish? We who sit trimmed and bedizened in our saffron silks, our cambric robes, and little finical shoes. Why, they're the very things I hope will save us. Your saffron dresses and your finical shoes, your paints and perfumes, and your robes of gauze. How mean you save us? So that never more men in our day shall lift the hostile spear. Oh, by the twain, I'll use the saffron dye, or grasp the shield. I'll don the cambric robe, or draw the sword. I'll wear the finical shoes. Should not the women then have come betimes? Come? No, by Zeus, they should have flown with wings. Ah, friend, you'll find them Attic to the core, always too late in everything they do. Not even one woman from the coast has come, not one from Salamis. Oh, they, no doubt, will cross this morning early in their boats, and those I counted sure to come the first. My Stach Acarnanian damsels, they're not here, not they, and yet Theagian's wife consulted Hecate as if to come. Several women enter, heading by Marina from the village of Anagyris. Hi, but they're coming now. Here they all are. First one and then another. Hoity-toity. Whence come all these? From Anagyr. Aha! We've stirred up Anagyr at all events. Other women enter. Are we too late, Lysistrata? Well, what? Why don't you speak? I'm sorry, Marina, that you should come so late on such a business. I scarce could find my girdle in the dark, but if the thing's so pressing, tell us now. No, let's wait a little, till the women of Peloponnesus and Boeotia come to join our congress. Oh yes, better so, and here, good chance, is Lampito approaching. Lampito, a Spartan woman, enters, accompanied by her friends. Oh, welcome, Lampito, my love. Oh, the sweet girl, how hale and bright she looks. Here's nerve, here's muscle, here's an arm could fairly throttle a bull. Will, by the toi, I think say, and I can lope and fling and kick my hurdies. See, here's a neck and breast, how firm and lusty. Wow, but ye prad me like a fatted calf. And who's this other damsel? Whence comes she? And deputation frae Boeotia, comin' to sit amang you? Aye, from fair Boeotia, the land of plains. A very lovely land, well cropped and trimmed, and spruce with penny royal. And who's the next? A bonny birdie she? She's a Corinthian lassie. Aye, by Zeus, and so she is, a bonny lass indeed. But what ha caed they gither they thrayings o wenches? I did ye know? Knew? Then tell us what 'tis afore. Oh yes, my dear, I will. I surely, tell us all this urgent business. Oh yes, I'll tell you now, but first I'll ask you one simple question. Ask it, dear, and welcome. Do you not miss the fathers of your babes, always on service? Well, I wot ye all. I've got a husband absent at the wars. Aye, mine worst luck has been 5 months away, in Thracian quarters, watching Eucrates, and mine's been stationed 7 whole months at Pylos. And my guadmon ne sooner come frae war than he straps targ and gangs awa again. No husbands now, no sparks, no anything. For ever since Miletus played us false, we've had no joy, no solace, none at all. So will you, if I find a way, help me to end the war? Aye, that we will. I will be sure, though, to fling me down, this mantling shawl, and have a bout of drinking. And I would cleave my very self in twain like a cleft turbot, and give half for pence, half for peace. And I, to glint at peace again, wad spiel up to the tap rig o te getty. I'll tell you now, 'tis meet ye all should know, O ladies, sisters, if we really mean to make the men make peace. But there's one way, we must abstain. Well, tell us, will you do it? Do it, aye surely, though it cost our lives. We must abstain, each, from the joys of love. How? What? Why turn away? Where are we going? Where are ye going? What makes you pout your lips and shake your heads? What brings this falling tear, that changing color? Will ye or will ye not? What mean ye, eh? I'll never do it. Let the war go on. Zeus, nor I either. Let the war go on. You too, Miss Turbot. You who said just now you'd cleave for peace, your very self in twain. Ask anything but this. Why, if needs be, I'd walk through fire, only not give up love. There's nothing like it, dear Lysistrata. And what say you? I'd liefer walk through fire. Oh, women, oh, women. Oh, our frail, frail sex. No wonder tragedies are made from us. Always the same, nothing but loves and cradles. O friend, O Lampito, if you and I are of one mind, we yet may pull things through. Won't you vote with me, dear? Haith, by the tway 'tis sair to bide your lane withouten men. Still, it mine be we mine hae peace at a risks. O dear friend, my one true friend of all. Well, but suppose we do the things you say. Pray heaven avert it, but put case we do. Shall we be nearer peace? Much, much, much nearer. For if we women will but sit at home, powdered and trimmed, clad in our daintiest lawn, employing all our charms and all our arts to win men's love, and when we've won it, then repeal them, firmly till they end the war, we'll soon get peace again, but be sure of that. Say Menelaus, when he glowered, I ween at Helen's breasty, coost his glaive awa, Eh? But suppose they leave us altogether? Oh, Faddle, when we'll find some substitute. If they try force, they'll soon get tired of that. If we keep firm, scant joy a husband's get who finds himself at discord with his wife. Well then, if you wish it, so we'll have it. And our good folk we easily persuade to keep the peace we never thought o guile, but your Athenian heracum calents, what shall persuade them no to play the fool? Oh, we'll persuade our people, never fear. Not while ye've got thy galleys rigged say trim, and that roweth O siller nigh the goddess. Oh, but my dear, we've taken thought for that. This very morn we seize the Acropolis. Now whilst we're planning and conspiring here, the elder women have the task assigned to them, under pretense of sacrifice, to seize it. Will gay finally, and ye talk like that, then why not, Lampito, at once combine all in one oath, and clench the plot securely? Will you propound the oath, and we take it? Good, now then, Scythianess, don't stand there gaping. Quick, set a great black shield here, hollow upwards, and bring the sacrificial bits. And how are we to swear, Lysistrata? We'll slay, like those 7 chiefs of Achelous, a lamb over a shield. Nay, when our object's peace, don't use a shield, Lysistrata, my dear. Then what shall be the oath? Could we not somehow get a grey mare and cut her up to bits? Grey mare, indeed. Well, what's the oath will suit us women best? I'll tell you what I think. Let's set a great black cup here, hollow upward. Then for a lamb we'll slay a Thasian wine jar, and firmly swear to pour no water in. Hetch, the bra my curty who I like it. Oh yes, bring out the wine jar and the cup. A maiden brings out a jar of wine and an immense cup. La, here's a splendid piece of ware, my dears. Now that's a cup twill cheer one's heart to take. To the servant. Set down the cup and take the victim boar. O Queen Persuasion and O loving cup, accept our offerings and maintain our cause. 'Tis jolly-coloured blood and spurts out bravely. Aye, and by Castor, vera fragrant too. Let me swear first, my sisters. Yes, if you draw the first lot, not else by Aphrodite. All place your hands upon the wine cup. So 1. Speak the words, repeating after me. Then all the rest confirm it. Now begin. I will abstain from love and love's delight. I will abstain from love and love's delights, and take no pleasure though my Lord invites, and take no pleasure though my Lord invites, and sleep a vestal all alone at nights, and live a stranger to all nuptial rites. I don't half like it though, Lysistrata. I will abjure the very name of love. So help me Zeus and all the powers above. If I do this, my cup be filled with wine. But if I fail, a water drop be mine. You all swear this? Oh yes, my dear, we do. I'll now consume these fragments. Lysistrata takes the wine cup in her hands. Shares, my friend. Now at first starting let us show we're friends. Hark, what's yon skirlin'? A sound of persons cheering is heard in the distance. That's the thing I said. They've seized the Acropolis. Athens' castle our comrades have. Now Lampito, be off. You, go to Sparta and arrange things there, leaving us here these girls as hostages. And will we pass inside the castle walls and help the women there to close the bars? But don't you think that very soon the men will come in arms against us? Let them come. They will not bring or threats or fire enough to awe our women hearts and make us open these gates again, save on the terms we mentioned. By Aphrodite, no, else 'twere for naught that people call us bold, resistless jades. The crowd now disperses. Lampito leaving for her homeward journey, and the others disappearing through the gates of the Propylaea. After a pause, the chorus of men are seen slowly approaching from the lower city. They are carrying heavy logs of firewood and a jar of lighted cinders, and as they move, they sing their entrance song. Chorus of men. On shore and slow my dances go. Is that what they're doing? Are they singing? great, am I singing? On sure and slow my traces go, though that great log you're bringing of olives green is sore, I ween, your poor old shoulder wringing. Oh dear, my how many things in life belly one's expectations, since who'd have thought my Strimodor that these abominations, who would have thought that sluts like these, our household pests, would have waxed so bold, as the holy image by fraud to seize, as the city castle by force to hold, with block and bolt and barrier vast, making the Propylaea fast. Person, Philurgus, towards the heights, will pile a great amazing array of logs around the walls, and set them all a-blazing. And as for these conspirators, a bonfire huge will make them. One vote shall doom the whole to death. One funeral pyre shall take them, and thus will burn the brute accursed. But Lycan's wife will burn the first. No, never, never, whilst I live. Shall women folk deride me? Not scatheless went Cleomenes, when he like this defied me, and dared my castle to seize. Yet he, a Spartan breathing contempt and pride, full soon surrendered his arms to me, and a scanty coat round his loins he tied, and with unwashed limbs and with unkempt head, and with 6 years' dirt the intruder fled. So strict and stern a watch around my mates and I were keeping, in 17 rows of stirred shields before the fortress sleeping. And these, whom both Euripides and all the powers on high alike detest, shall these my manly rage defy? Then never be my trophy shown on those red plains of Marathon, but over these snubby protruding steep, ere we reach our goal at the castle keep. We've still with our burdensome load to creep, and how to manage that blunt incline, without a donkey I can't divine. Dear, how these 2 great fire logs make my wearied shoulders toil and ache. But still right onward we needs must go, and still the cinders we needs must blow, else we'll find the fire extinguished, ere we reach our journey's end. Puff, 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 oh the smoke, the smoke. O royal Heracles, what a lot! The fire came raging out of the pot, and flew like a dog at my eyes red hot. 'Twas a jet from the Lemnian mines, I ween I came so fierce, and it bit so keen, and worried with persistent sore, my 2 poor eyes inflamed before. On lackeys on to the castle press, and aid the god in her dire distress. Surely, if we e'er would help her, now's the very time, my friend. Puff, 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 oh the smoke, the smoke. Thank heaven the fire is still alight, and burning beautifully bright. So here we'll lay our burdens down, with eager hearts delighted, and dip the vine torch in the pot, and get it there ignited. Then all together at the gates, like battering rams we'll butt, and if our summons they reject, and keep the barriers shut, we'll burn the very doors with fire, and them with smoke we'll smother. So lay the burdens down. Phew, phew. Oh, how this smoke does bother! What general from the Samian lines an active hand will lend us? Well, well, I'm glad my back is freed from all that weight tremendous. O pot, 'tis now your turn to help. O send a livelier jet of flame this way, that I, today, the earliest light may get. O victory, immortal queen, assist us thou in rearing a trophy o'er these women hosts, so bold and domineering. During the last few lines, the men have been completing their preparations, and the air above them is now growing lurid with the smoke and flames of their torches. As the men relapse into the silence, the voices of the chorus of women are heard in the distance. They come sweeping around from the north side of the Acropolis, carrying their pitchers of water, and singing, in turn, their entrance song. The 2 choruses are for the present concealed from each other by the northwestern angle of the Acropolis. Redly up in the sky, the flames are beginning to flicker, smoke and vapor of fire. Come quicker, my friend, come quicker. Fly, Nicodice, fly, else will Callis burn, else Critilla will die, slain by the laws so stern, slain by the old men's hate. Ah, but I fear, I fear. Can I chance that I come too late? Trouble it was, forsooth, but before my jug I could fill, all in the dusk of the morn, at the spring by the side of the hill. What with the clatter of pitchers, the noise and press of the throng, jostling with knaves and slaves, till at last I snatched it along, abundance of water supplying to friends who are burning and dying. Yea, for hither they state, toadards are dragging to burn us, logs of enormous weight, fit for the bathroom furnace, vowing to roast and to slay. Sternly they reprobate women. O lady, O goddess, I pray, ne'er may I see them in flames? I hope to behold them with gladness, Hellas and Athens redeeming, from battle and murder and madness. This is the cause why they venture, Lady, thy mansions to hold, Tritogenia eternal. Champion with helmet of gold. And oh, if with fire men evade them, oh help us with water to aid them. At this juncture, a chorus of women wheel around the corner of the Acropolis, and two choruses suddenly meet face to face. Stop! Easy all! What have we here? To the men. You vile abandoned crew, no good and virtuous men, I'm sure, would act in the way you do. Hey, there's an unexpected sight. Hey, here's a demonstration, a swarm of women issuing out with warlike preparation. Hello, you seem a little moved. Does this one troop affright you? You see not yet the myriadth part of those prepared to fight you. Now really, Phaedrius, shall we stop to hear such odious treason? Let's break our sticks about their backs. Let's beat the jades to reason. Hi, sisters, set the pitchers down, and then they won't embarrass our nimble fingers if the rogues attempt our ranks to harass. I warrant, now, if twice or thrice we slap their faces neatly, that they will learn, like Bupalas, to hold their tongues discreetly. Well, here's my face. I won't draw back. Now slap it if you dare. And if I won't, leave 1 ounce of you for other dogs to tear. Keep still, or else your musty age to very shreds I'll batter. Now only touch Strat Illis, sir. Just lift 1 finger at her. And what if, with these fists, my love, I pound the wrench to shivers? By heaven, we'll gnaw your entrails out, and rip away your livers. There is not then Euripides, a bard more wise and knowing, for women are a shameless set, the vilest creatures going. Pick up again, Rhodope, dear, your jug with water brimming. What made you bring that water here, you god-detested women? What made you bring that light, old tomb, to set yourselves afire? No, but to kindle for your friends a mighty funeral pyre. Well then, we brought this water here to put your bonfires out, sirs. You put our bonfires out, indeed. You'll see, beyond a doubt, sirs. I swear that with this torch offhand, I've half a mind to fry you. Got a soap, my lad? If so, a bath I'll soon supply you. A bath for me, you moldy hag, and that a bride bath too. Zounds, did you hear her impudence? Ain't I freeborn as you? I'll quickly put a stop to this. You'll judge no more, I vow. Hi, set the vixen's hair on fire. Now, Achilles, now, good gracious. What, you find it hot? Hot? Murder? Stop, be quiet. I'm watering you, to make you grow. I wither up from shivering so. I tell you what, a fire you've got, so warm your members by it. At this crisis, the tumult is stayed for an instant by the appearance of the stage of a venerable official personage, one of the magistrates who, after the Sicilian catastrophe, were appointed under the name of probuli to form a directory or committee of public safety. He is attended by 4 Scythian archers, a part of the ordinary police of the Athenian Republic. The women retire into the background. Magistrate. Has then the women's wantonness blazed out? Their constant timbrels and sabuesses, and that Adonius dirge upon the roof, which once I heard in full assembly time. 'Twas when Demostratus beshew him, moved to sail to Sicily, and from the roof a woman dancing shrieked, "Woe, woe, Adonis!" And he proposed to enroll Zacynthine hoplites. And she, upon the roof, the maudlin woman, cried, "Wail, Adonis!" Yet he forced it through. That God detested, vile, ill-temperian, such are the wanton follies of the sex. What if you heard their insolence today, their vile outrageous goings-on? And look, see how they've drenched and spoused us from their pitchers, till we can wring out water from our clothes? By Poseidon, and it serves us right. 'Tis all our fault. They'll never know their place, these pampered women, whilst we spoil them so. Hear how we talk in every workman's shop. Goldsmith, says one, this necklace that you made. My gay young wife was dancing yester-eve, and lost, sweet soul, the fastening of the clasp. Do please reset it, Goldsmith. Or again, O shoemaker, my wife's new sandal pinches. Her little toe, the tender, delicate child. Make it fit easier, please. Hence all this nonsense. Yet things have reached a pretty pass, indeed, when I, the state director, wanting money to purchase oar blades, find the treasury gates shut in my face by the preposterous women. Nay, but no dallying now, bringing up the crowbars, and I'll soon stop your insolence, my dears. He turns to the Scythians, who instead of setting to work are poking idly around them. What, gaping fool! And you, can you do nothing but stare about that with tavern squinting eye? Push in the crowbars underneath the gates. You stand that side and heave them. I'll stop here and heave them here. The gates are thrown open, and Lysistrata comes out. Oh, let your crowbars be. Lo, I come out unfetched. What need of crowbars? 'Tis wits, not crowbars, that ye need today. Ay, truly, traitoress, say you so. Here, archer, arrest her, tie her hands behind her back. And if he touch me with his fingertip, the public scum, for Artemis, he'll rue it. What man afeard? Why catch her round the waist? And you, go with him, quick, and bind her fast. Coming out. And if you do but lay one hand upon her, for Pandrosis, I'll stamp your vitals out. Vitals, ye hag? Another archer, ho! Seize this one first, because she chatters so. And if you touch her with your fingertip, for phosphorus, you'll need a cupping shortly. Ja! What's all this? Lay hold of this one, archer. I'll stop this sallying around. Depend upon it. And if you touch her for the Queen of Taurus, I'll pull his squeaking hairs out one by one. Oh dear, all's up. I've never an archer left. Nay, but I swear we won't be done by women. Come, Scythians, close your ranks and all together. Charge! Charge away, my hearties, and you'll soon know that we've here, impatient for the fight, 4 women's squadrons armed from top to toe. Attack them, Scythians. Twist their hands behind them. Forth to the fray, dear sisters, bold allies. O egg and seed and pother market girls, O garlic-selling barmaid baking girls, charge to the rescue, smack and whack and thwack them. Slang them, I say. Show them what jades ye be. The women come forward. After a short struggle, the archers are routed. Fall back, retire, forbear to strip the slain. Hillo, my archers got the worst of that. What did the fool expect? Was it to fight? With slaves you came? Think you we women feel no thirst for glory? Thirst enough, I trow, no doubt of that, when there's a tavern handy. O thou who wast many words, director of this nation, why wilt thou with such brutes as these thus hold negotiation? Dost thou not see the bath wherewith the sluts have dared to lave me, whilst all my clothes were on, and ne'er a bit of soap they gave me? For 'tis not right, nor yet polite, to strike a harmless neighbour, and if you do, 'tis needful too, that she your eyes belabor. Full fain would I, a maiden shy, in maiden peace be resting, not making here the slightest stir, nor any soul molesting, unless indeed some rogue should strive to rifle and despoil my hive. Oh, how shall we treat, Lord Zuth, such creatures as these? Let us ask the cause for which they have dared to seize this fortune of ancient and high renown, this shrine where never a foot profane hath trod, the lofty, rocked, inaccessible Crinan town, the holy temple of God. Now to examine them closely and narrowly, probing them here and sounding them there. Shame if we fail to completely unravel the intricate web of this tangled affair. Foremost and first, I would wish to inquire of them what is this silly disturbance about? Why have ye ventured to seize the Acropolis, locking the gates and barring us out? The field is now open for a suspension of hostilities, and the parley takes place between the leaders of the 2 contending factions. Keeping the silver securely in custody, lest for its sake ye continue the war. What is the war for the sake of the silver, then? Yes, all their other disputes that there are, why is Pisander forever embroiling us? Why do the rest of our officers feel always a pleasure in strife and disturbances? Simply to gain an occasion to steal, act as they please for the future, the treasury never a penny shall yield them, I vow. How, may I ask, will you hinder their getting it? We will ourselves be the treasurers now. You, woman, you be the treasurers. Certainly. Ah, you esteem us unable, perchance, Are we not skilled in domestic economy? Do we not manage the household finance? Oh, that is different. Why is it different? This is required for the fighting, my dear. Well, but the fighting itself isn't requisite. Only without it we're ruined. I fear we will deliver you. You will deliver us. Truly we will. What a capital notion. Whether you like it or not, we'll deliver you, impudent hussy. You seem in commotion. Nevertheless, we will do as we promise you. There were a terrible shame by Demeter. Friend, we must save you. But how if I wish it not? That will but make our resolve the completer. Fools! What on earth can possess you to meddle with matters of war and matters of peace? Well, I will tell you the reason, and speedily, else you rue it. Then listen, and cease clutching your fingers so angrily. Keep yourself peaceable. Hanged if I can, such is the rage that I feel at your impotence. That it is you that will rue it. My man, croak your own fate, you ill-omened antiquity. You, to Lysistrata, be the spokeswoman, lady. I will. Think of our old moderation and gentleness. Think how we bore you with your pranks and were still. All through the days of your former pugnacity. All through the war that is over and spent. Not that, be sure, we approved of your policy. Never our griefs you allowed us to vent. Well, we perceived your mistakes and mismanagement. Often at home on our housekeeping cares. Often we heard of some foolish proposal you made for conducting the public affairs. Then would we question you mildly and pleasantly, inwardly grieving, but outwardly gay? Husband, how goes it abroad? We would ask of him, what have ye done in assembly today? What would ye write on the side of the treaty stone? Husband says angrily, what's that to you? You, hold your tongue, and I held it accordingly. That is a thing which I never would do. Ma'am, if you hadn't, you'd soon have repented it. Therefore I held it, and spake not a word, soon of another tremendous absurdity, wilder and worse than the former we heard. Husband, I say with a tender solicitude, why have ye passed such a foolish decree, vicious, moodily glaring askance at me? Stick to your spinning, my mistress, says he, else you will speedily find it in the worse for you. War is the care and the business of men. Zeus, 'twas a worthy reply and an excellent. What? You unfortunately shall we not then when we see you perplexed and incompetent? Shall we not tender advice to the state? So when allowed to the streets and the thoroughfare, sadly we heard you bewailing of late. Is there a man to defend and deliver us? No, says another. There's none in the land? Then by the women assembled in conference, jointly a great revolution was planned. Hela's to save from her grief and perplexity. Where is the use of a longer delay? Shift for the future our parts and our characters. You, as the women, in silence obey. We as the men will harangue and provide for you. Then shall the state be triumphant again. Then shall we do what is best for the citizens. Women to do what is best for the men. That were a shameful reproach and unbearable. Silence, old gentleman, silence for you? Stop for a wench with a wimple enfolding her. No, by the powers, may I die if I do. Do not, my pretty one, do not, I pray. Suffer my wapple to stand in the way. Here, take it, and wear it, and gracefully tie it, enfolding it over your head, and be quiet. Now to your task. Here's an excellent spindle to pull. Here is a basket for carding the wool. Now to your task. Haircots tying up, petticoats drawing up, off to your carding, your combing, your trimming. War is the care and the business of women. During the foregoing lines, the women have been arraying the magistrate in the garb and with the apparatus of a spinning woman. Just as in the corresponding system below, they bedeck him in the habiliments of a corpse. Up, and leave the pitchers there, and on resolved and eager, our own allotted part to bear, in this illustrious leaguer. I will dance with resolute, tireless feet all day. My limbs shall never grow faint, my strength give way. I will march all lengths with the noble hearts and the true, for theirs is the ready wit and the patriot hand, and womanly grace and courage to dare and do, the love of our own bright land. Children of stiff and intractable grandmothers, heirs of the stinging viragos that bore you, on with an eager, unyielding tenacity, wind in your sails in the haven before you. Only let love, the entrancing, the fanciful, only let Queen Aphrodite today breathe on our persons a charm and a tenderness. Lend us your own irresistible sway, drawing the men to admire us and long for us. Then shall the war everlastingly cease. Then shall the people revere us and honor us, givers of joy and givers of peace. Tell us the mode and the means of your doing it. First we will stop the disorderly crew, soldiers in arms promenading and marketing. Yeah, by divine Aphrodite 'tis true. Now in the market you see them like Corybants, jangling about with their armor of mail. Fiercely they stalk in the midst of the crockery, sternly parade by the cabbage and kale. Right, for a soldier should always be soldierly. Troth, 'tis a mighty ridiculous jest, watching them haggle for shrimp in the marketplace, grimly crowded with shield and with crest. Lately I witnessed a captain of cavalry. Proudly, the while on his charger he sat, witnessed him, soldierly, buying an omelette, stowing it all in his cavalry hat. Comes like a Tereus, a Thracian irregular, shaking his dart and his target to boot. Off runs a shop girl, appalled at the sight of him. Down his sits soldierly, gobbles her fruit. You, I presume, could adroitly and gingerly settle this intricate, tangled concern? You, in a trice, could relieve our perplexities? Certainly. How? Permit me to learn. Just as a woman with nimble dexterity, thus with her hands distangles a skin, hither and thither your spindles unravel it, drawing it out and pulling it plain, so would this weary Hellenic entanglement soon be resolved by our womanly care, so would our embassies neatly unravel it, drawing it here and pulling it there. Wonderful, marvelous feats. Not a doubt of it. You with your skins and your spindles can sew. Fools, do you really expect to unravel a terrible war like a bundle of tow? Ah, if you only could manage your politics just in a way that we deal with a fleece. Tell us the recipe. First, in the washing tub plunge it, and scour it, and cleanse it from grease, purging away all the filth and the nastiness. Then on the table expand it and lay, beating out all that is worthless and mischievous, picking the burrs and the thistles away. Next, for the clubs, and cabals, and the coiteries, banding unrighteously, office to win, treat them as clots in the wool. Dissever them, lopping the heads that are forming therein. Then you could card it, and comb it, and mingle it, all in one basket of love and of unity. Citizens, visitors, strangers, and sojourners, all the entire undivided community. Know you a fellow in debt to the treasury? Mingle him merrily in with the rest. Also remember the cities are colonies, outlying states in the east and the west, scattered about to a distance surrounding us. These are our shreds, and our fragments of wool. These to one mighty political aggregate. Tenderly, carefully gather and pull, twining them all in one thread of good fellowship. Thence a magnificent bobbin to spin, weaving a garment of comfort and dignity, worthily wrapping the people therein. Heard any ever the like of the impudence, these who have nothing to do with the war, preaching of bobbins and beatings and washtubs? Nothing to do with it. Wretch that you are, we are the people who feel it the keenliest. Doubly on us the affliction is cast. Where are the sons that we sent to your battlefields? Silence, a truce is to the ills that are past. Then in the glory and grace of our womanhood, all in the May and the morning of life, though we are sitting forlorn and disconsolate, what has a soldier to do with a wife? We might endure it, but for the younger ones. Still in their maiden apartments they stay, waiting the husband that never approaches them, watching the years that are gliding away. Men, I suppose, have their youth everlasting. Nay, but it isn't the same with a man. Grey though he be when he comes from the battlefield, still if he wishes to marry, he can brief in the spring and the flower of our womanhood. Once let it slip, and it comes not again. Sit as we may with our spells and our auguries, never a husband will marry us then. Truly, whoever is able to wed. Truly, old fellow, 'tis time you were dead. So a pig shall be sought, and an urn shall be brought, and I'll bake you and make you a funeral cake. Take it and go. Here are the fillets all ready to wear. Here's the chaplet to bind in your hair. Take it and go. What are you prating for? What are you waiting for? Sharon is staying, delaying his crew. Charon is calling and bawling for you. See, here's an outrage. Here's an outrage. Here's a scandalous shame. I'll run and show my fellow magistrates the woeful, horrid, dismal plights I'm in. Grumbling because we have not laid you out? Wait for the 3 days, and then with dawn will come. All in good time, the third-party funeral rites. The magistrates run off in his grave clothes to complain of and exhibit the treatment he has received. Lysistrata and her friends withdraw into the Acropolis. The two choruses remain without and relieve the tedium of the siege with a little banter. This is not a time for slumber. Now let us all, the bold and free, strip to meet the great occasion. Vindicate our rights with me. I can smell a deep, surprising tide of revolution rising, odor as of folk devising Hippias tyranny, and I feel a dire misgiving lest some false Laconians meeting in the house of Cleisthenes have inspired these wretched women all our wealth and pay to seize. Pay from whence I get my living. Gods, to hear these shallow wenches taking citizens to task, prattling of a brassy buckler, jabbering of a marital cask. Gods, to think that they have ventured with Laconian men to deal, men of just the faith and honor that a ravening wolf might feel. Plots they're hatching, plots contriving, plots of rampant tyranny. But o'er us they shan't be tyrants. No, for on my guard I'll be, and I'll dress my sword in myrtle, and with firm and dauntless hand, here beside Aristogeton, resolutely take my stand, marketing my in arms beside him. This is the time and this is the place when my patriot arm must deal a blow upon that woman's face. Ah, your mother shall not know you, impudent. When home you go, strip my sister, strip for action. On the ground your garments throw. Right it is that my slender tribute to the state should render. I, who to her thoughtful tender care my happiest memories owe. Bore at 7 the mystic cask, it was at 10 Our Lady's miller. Then the yellow baron bare. Next a maiden tall and stately, with a string of figs to wear. Bore in pomp the holy basket. Well may such a gracious city all my filial duty claim. What though I was born a woman, comrades? Count it not for blame if I bring the wiser counsels. I in equal share confer towards the common stock of Athens. I contribute men to her, but the olden tribute pay, which your fathers left you, relic of the Median fray. Dotards ye have lost and wasted, nothing in its stead. Ye bring, nay, ourselves, your like to ruin, spend and waste by blundering. Murmuring are ye? Let me hear you, only let me hear you speak, and from this unpolished slipper comes a slap upon your cheek. Is not this an outrage sore? And methinks it blows not o'er, but increases more and more. Come, my comrades, hale and hearty, on the ground your mantles throw. In the odor of their manhood, men to meet the fight should go, not in these ungodly wrappers, swaddled up from top to toe. On, then on, my white-foot veterans, ye who thronged Lysistratium's height in the days when we were men. Shake this chill old age from off you. Spread the wings of youth again. O these women, give them once a handle howsoever small, and they'll soon be not behind us in the manliest feats of all. Yeah, they'll build them fleets and navies, and they'll come across the sea. Come like Carian Artemisia, fighting in their ships with me. Or they'll turn their first attention haply to equestrian fights. If they do, I know the issue. There's an end of all the knights. Well, a woman sticks on horseback, looks around you, see, behold, where on Mykon's living frescoes fight the Amazons of old. Shall we let these willful women, O my brothers, do the same? Rather first their necks we'll rivet tightly in the pillory frame. He seizes the neck of Stratilis. If our smoldering fires you wake, soon our wild beast wrath will break out against you, and will make you howl to all our neighbors, curry-combed, poor soul, and tanned. Throw aside your mantles, sisters. Come, a firm, determined band, in the odor of your wrath, snappish womanhood, to stand. Who'll come forth and fight me? Garlic, nevermore, nor beans for him. Nay, if our sour word ye say, I'll be like the midwife beetle, following till the eagle lay. Yea, for you and yours is wreck not, whilst my Lampedo survives, and my noble dear Ismenia, loveliest of the Theban wives, keep decreeing 7 times over. Not a bit of good you'll do, wretch abhorred of all the people, and of all our neighbors too. So that when in Hecate's honor, yesterday I sent to get from our neighbors in Boeotia, such a dainty darling pet, just a lovely graceful slender, White-fleshed eel divinely tender. Thanks to your decrees, confound them. One and all refuse to sender. And you'll never stop from making these absurd decrees, I know, till I catch your leg and toss you. Zeus, ha, mercy, there you go. An interval of several days must here be supposed to elapse. The separation of the sexes has now become unsupportable to both parties, and the only question is which side will hold out the longest. The chorus of women are alarmed at seeing Lysistrata come on the stage, and walk up and down with an anxious, troubled air. The first 12 lines of the dialogue, which ensues, are borrowed and burlesqued from Euripides, illustrious leader of this bold emprise. What brings these forth with trouble in thine eyes? Vile women's works. The feminine hearts they show. These make me pace, dejected to and fro. Oh what, and oh what? 'Tis true, 'tis true. Oh to your friends, great queen, the tale unfold. 'Tis sad to tell, and sore to leave untold. What has happened? Tell us quick. Aye, in one word. The girls are husband sick. Oh, Zeus! Zeus, oh! Why call on Zeus? The fact is surely so. I can no longer keep the minxes in. They slip out everywhere. One I discovered down by Pan's grotto, burrowing through the loophole. Another, wriggling down by crane and pulley. A third deserts outright. A fourth I dragged back by the hair. Yes, stream, just as she started on Sparrow's back, straight for Oris Locus's. They make all sorts of shifts to get away. A woman is seen attempting to cross the stage. Ah, here comes one, deserting. Hi there, hi! Where are you off to? First woman hurriedly. I must just run home. I left some fine Milesian wools about. I'm sure the moths are at them. Moths indeed. Get back. But really, I'll return directly. I only want to spread them out on the couch. No spreadings out. No running home today. What, leave my wools to perish? If need be. A second woman now attempts to cross the stage. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, that lovely flax. I left at home unhackled. Here's another. She's stealing off to hackle flax, forsooth. The second woman. Come, get back. Oh, yes, and so I will. I'll comb it out and come again directly. Nay, no combing. Once begin with that, and other girls are sure to want the same. Several women enter one after the other. O holy Eileithyia, stay my labor till I can reach some lawful travail place. How now? My pains are come. Why, yesterday you were not pregnant, but today I am quick, let me pass. Lysistrata at once to find a midwife. What's it all about? What's this hard lump? That's a male child, not it. It's something made of brass and hollow, too. Come, out with it. Oh, you silly woman. What, cuddling up the sacred helmet there and say you're pregnant? Well, and so I am. What's this for, then? Why, if my pains o'ertake me, in the Acropolis I'll creep inside, and sit and hatch there as the pigeons do. Nonsense and stuff. The thing's as plain as can be. Stay and keep here the name day of your helmet. But I can't sleep a single wink up here. So scared I was to see the holy serpent. And I shall die for the lack of rest. I know, with this perpetual hooting of the owls. Oh, ladies, cease these tricks. I pray. I want your husbands, and do you suppose they don't want us? Full wearisome, I know, they're nights without us. Oh, bear up, dear friends, be firm, be patient, yet one little a while. For I've an oracle, here 'tis, which says we're sure to conquer if we hold together. Oh, read us what it says! Then all keep silence. Soon as the swallows are seen collecting and crouching together, shunning the hoopoe's flight, and keeping aloof from the lovebirds, cometh a rest from ill, and Zeus the lord of the thunder changeth the upper into under. Preserve us, shall we be the upper? Nay, but if once they wrangle and flutter away in dissension out of the temple of God, then all shall see and acknowledge never a bird of the air, so perjured and frail as the swallow. Wow, but that's plain enough. Oh, all ye gods, let us not falter in our efforts now. Come along in, O friends, O dear friends. 'Twere sin and shame to fail the oracle. The women with Lysistrata re-enter the Acropolis. The two choruses again indulge in an interchange of banter. The men begin. Now to tell a little story. Fain I grow. One I heard with quite an urchin long, long ago, how that once, all to shun the nuptial bed, from his home Melonian fled, to the hills and desert sped, kept his dog, wove his snares, set his nets, trapped his hares. Home he never more would go. He detested women so. We are of Melonian mind, to detest the womankind. May I, mother, kiss your cheek? Then you won't require a leak. Hoist my leg and kick you so? Fie, that stalwart leg you show. Just such stalwart legs and strong, just such stalwart legs as these, to the noble chiefs belong, Farameo and Mare Myronides. It is now the women's turn. The two systems are of course antistrophical. Now to tell a little story, fain am I, to your tale about Melanian. Take this reply. How that once, savage Timon, all forlorn, dwelt amongst the prickly thorn, visage shrouded, furry born, dwelt alone, far away, cursing men day by day, never saw his home again, kept aloof from haunts of men, hating men of evil mind, dear to all of the womankind. Shall I give your cheek a blow? No, I thank you, no. Hoist my foot and kick you too? Fie, what vulgar feet I view. Vulgar feet, absurd. Don't such foolish things repeat. Never were upon my word. Tinier, tidier little feet. The two choruses now retire into the black background, and there is again a short pause. Suddenly the voice of Lysistrata is heard, calling eagerly to her friends. Ho, ladies! Quick, this way! Oh, what's the matter, and what means that cry? A man! I see a man approaching! Wild with desire, beside himself with love. O Lady of Cyprus, Paphos, and Cythera, keep on straight on, and the way you are going now. But where's the man? Pointing. Down there, by Chloe's chapel. Oh, so he is? Whoever can he be? Know you him, anyone? Oh, yes, my dear, I know him. That's Synesius, my husband. Oh, then 'tis yours to roast and bother him well, coaxing yet coy, enticing, fooling him, going all lengths save what our oath forbids. Aye, trust me. And I'll assist you, dear. I'll take my station here and help befool and roast our victim. All the rest retire. The others withdraw, leaving Lysistrata alone upon the wall. Synesius approaches underneath. Oh me! What pangs and paroxysms of love, riving my heart, keen as a torturer's wheel. Who's this within the lines of centuries? I? A man? A man, no doubt. Then get you gone. Who bides me go? I, guard on outpost duty. Oh, call me out, I pray you, Marina. Call you out, Marina? And who are you? Why, I'm her husband. I'm Synesius. Oh, welcome, dearest man. Your name is not unknown, nor yet unhonored here. Your wife forever has it on her lips. She eats no egg, no apple, but she says this to Synesius. Oh, good heaven. She does indeed, and if we ever chance to talk of men, she vows that all the rest are verest trash beside Synesius. Ah, call her out. And will you give me aught? Oh yes, I'll give you anything I've got. Gives money. Then I'll go down and call her. Descends from the wall into the Acropolis. Pray be quick. I have no joy, no happiness in life, since she, my darling, left me. When I enter my vacant home, I weep, and all the world seems desolate and bare. My very meals give me no joy. Now Marina is gone. I love him, but he won't be loved by me. Call me not out to him. As she speaks, she appears on the wall. What mean you, Marina? My sweet, sweet love. Do come down. No, sir, not you. Not to you. What, won't you when I call you, Marina? Why, though you call me, yet you want me not. Not want you, Marina. I'm dying for you. Goodbye. Nay, but listen to the child. At all events, speak to Mama, my child. Mama. Have you no feeling, mother, for your child? 6 days, unwashed, unsuckled. Aye, 'tis I that feel for baby. 'Tis Papa neglects him. Come down and take him then. Oh, what is it to be a mother? I must needs go down. She descends from the wall and 4 lines below reappears through the gate. While she is gone, Synesius speaks. She looks, methinks, more youthful than she did, more gentle, loving, and more sweet by far. Her very airs, her petulant, saucy ways, They do but make her love her more. Oh, my sweet child, a naughty father's child, Mamma's own darling, let me kiss you, pet. Why you treat me thus, you baggage, letting others lead you astray, making me miserable, and yourself too? Hands off, don't touch me, sir. And all our household treasures, yours and mine, are gone to rack and ruin. I don't care, not care, although the fowls are in the house pulling your threads to pieces. Not a bit. Nor though the sacred rights of wedded love have been so long neglected, won't you come? No, I won't, unless you stop the war and all make friends. Well then, if such your will, then do this. Well then, if such your will, I'll come home. But now I've sworn I won't. Come to your arms, do, after all this time. No, and yet I won't say I don't love you. You love me? Then come to my arms, my dearie. You silly fellow, and the baby here? Oh, not at all. To slave. Here, take the baby home. There now, the baby's gone out of the way. Come to my arms. Good heavens, where, I ask you? Pan's grotto will do nicely. Oh, indeed. How shall I make me pure to ascend the mount? Easy enough. Bathe in the clepistra. I've sworn an oath, and shall I break it, man? On my head be it. Never mind the oath. Well, let me bring a pallet. Not at all. The ground will do. What? One so much to me? I swear I'll never let you lie on the ground. Exit Marina. The woman loves me, plain enough. You see. Enter Marina with pallet. There, lie down. Do make haste. I'll take my things off. But wait a minute. I must find a mattress. Bother the mattress, not for me. Why, yes, it's nasty on the cords. Give me a kiss. There, then. Smack, smack. Come back. Look sharp about it. Exit Marina and returns with mattress. There now, lie down. See, I'll take off my things. But wait a minute. What about a pillow? But I don't want a pillow. I do, though. Exit Marina. A veritable feast of barmecides. Returning with pillow. Up in your head. Hop up. I've all I want. What all? Yes, all but you. Come here, my precious. There goes the girdle, but remember now, you must not play me false about the piece. God damn me if I do. You have no rug. I want no rug. I want you in my arms. Oh, all right, you shall have me. I'll be quick. Exit Marina. She'll be the death of me with all these bedclothes. Returning with rug. Up now. I'm not enough to be sure of that. Some nice sweet ointment? By Apollo, no. By Aphrodite, yes. Say what you like. Exit Marina. Lord Zuth, I praise the ointment may be split. Returning with ointment. Put out your hand, take some, anoint yourself. I swear this stuff is anything but sweet. The brand is wait and see, no marriage smell. How stupid. Here I've brought the Rhodian kind. Rhodian. It's good enough, my dear. Rubbish, good man. Exit Marina. Perdition take the man that first made ointment. Returning with flask. Here, take this flask. I've all the flask I want. Come to my arms, you wretched creature, you. No more things, please. I will, my Artemis. There go my shoes, at least. Now don't forget, you'll vote for peace, my dearest. Exit Marina. Oh, I'll see. The creature's done for me, bamboozled me, gone off and left me in this wretched state. What will become of me? Whom shall I fondle, robbed of the fairest fair? Who will be ready this orphan to dandle? Where's Sinelopex? Where? Find me a nurse. She's left you a curse. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'll grieve for ye. 'Tis more than a man can bear. Not a soul, not a loin, not a heart, not a groin, can endure such pangs of despair. O Zeus, what pangs and throes I bear! All this woe has wrought you, she, only the utterly hateful, the utterly vile. Not so, but the darling, the utter sweet. Exit. Sweet, sweet do you call her, vile, vile, I repeat. Zeus, send me a storm and a whirlwind, I pray, to whisk her away like a bundle of hay. Up to the infinite spaces, and toss her and swirl her, and twist her and twirl her, till and tattered and torn, to the earth she is born, to be crushed in my ardent embrace. Enter herald. Where shall a body fin the Athenian state, or the grand lairds ha gotten news to tell? Enter magistrate. News have you, friend. What in the world are you? A herald brilly, just a Spartan herald. Come by the tway in it a piece, you can. And so you come with a spear beneath your armpit? Nah, not I. Why do you turn away? Why cast your cloak before you? Is your groin a trifle swollen from the march? But Castor, this loon's a rogue. Look at yourself, you brute. There's not a miss... Why me, don't play the fool. Why then what's this? A Spartan letter staff, pointing to himself. Yes, if this is a Spartan letter staff. Well, and how fair the Spartans tell me that. And tell me truly, for I know the fact. They're bad enough. They can a wheel be... Wow, they're sair bested. Spartans' allies, and how and whence arose this troubled first? From Pan. Na, twere Lampito, I ween. First set it Gangan. Then our hissies rasin like rinners in a single ward. Laupit and gibbered, and dang the men awa. How like ye that? Ouch, we're in waffa case. They stand aby, the lassies do, and vo. They'll no be couthy with the ladies' mare, till mac peace and thoroughly end the war. This is a plot that they have everywhere been hatching. These villainous women, now I see it all. Run home, my man, and bid your people send envoys with absolute powers to treat for peace, and I will off with all the speed I can, and get our council here to do the same. Nabut, all I see fly, ye rid me wheel. I'm thinking. The herald leaves for Sparta, the magistrate returns to the Senate, and the two choruses now advance for a final skirmish. There is nothing so resistless as a woman in her ire. She is wilder than a leopard, she is fiercer than a fire. And yet you're so daft and with women to contend, when 'tis is in your power to win me and have me as a friend. I'll never cease all women to detest. That's all you please hereafter. Meanwhile, you're all undressed. I really can't allow it. You are getting quite a joke. Permit me to approach you and to put you on this cloak. Now, that's not so bad, or unfriendly, I declare. It was only from bad temper that I stripped myself so bare. There, now you look a man, and none will joke and jeer you, and if you weren't so spiteful, that no one can come near you, I'd have pulled out the insect, that it's sticking in your eye. Aye, that is what was consuming me. That little bitter fly. Yes, scoop it out, show me. When you've got him safe away, the plaguey little brute, he's been biting me all day. I'll do it, sir, I'll do it. But you're a cross one, you, O Zeus. Here's a monster. I am pulling forth to view. Just look, don't you think? 'Tis a trichorisian gnat, and he's been digging. He's been digging. So I thank you much for that. Till the water, now he's gone. Keeps running from my eye, but although you've been so naughty, I'll come and wipe it dry, and I'll kiss you. No, not kiss me. Will you, nil you? It must be. Get along a Mirian on you. Ta-cha! What coaxing rogues are ye? That was quite a true opinion, which a wise man gave about you. We can't live with such tormentors. No, by Zeus, nor yet without you. Now we'll make a faithful treaty, and for evermore agree, I will do no harm to women. They shall do no harm to me. Join our forces, come along, one and all commence the song. Joint chorus. Not to objurate and scold you, not unpleasant truths to say, but with words and deeds of bounty, come we here today. Ah, enough of spiteful quarrels, now attend, I pray. Now whosoever wants some money, -2 or -3, let them say so, man and woman, let them come with me. Many purses, large and empty, in my house they'll see. Only you must strictly promise, only you indeed must say, that whenever peace regreet us, you will not repay. Some Eastian friends are coming, pleasant gentlemen, to dine, and I've made some soup and slaughtered such a lovely swine. Luscious meat you'll have and tender at this feast of mine. Come along yourselves and children, come to grace my board today. Take an early bath and deck you in your best array. Then walk in and ask no questions. Take the readiest way. Come along like men of metal. Come as though 'twere all for you. Come, you'll find my only entrance locked and bolted too. The Laconian ambassadors are seen approaching. Lo, here from Sparta the envoys come. In a pitiful plight they are hobbing in. Heavily hangs each reverend beard. Heavily droops and trails from the chin. Laconian envoys, first I bid you welcome, and then I ask you how goes the world with you. Enter Laconian ambassadors. I need na money words to answer that. 'Tis unco plain who the world's gang with us. Dear, dear, this trouble grows from bad to worse. 'Tis awful bad. 'Tis nae good talk and cumber. We mine hae peace whenever yet we gain tilt. And there, good faith, I see our own Aristophanes. Bustling along, they seem in trouble too. The Athenian ambassadors enter. Can some good soul inform me where to find Lysistrata? Our men are, shrugging his shoulders. As you see, he perceives the Laconian ambassadors. Sure, we are smitten with the same complaint. Say, don't you get a fit eye in the early morning? Why, we are worn out with doing this. So Cleisthenes will have to serve our turn, unless we can procure a speedy peace. If you are wise, wrap up, unless you wish one of those Hermes choppers to catch sight of you. Prudent advice, by Zeus. Aye, by the Trois. Gi' us the clout to cover our up ourselves. Ah, Laconians, a bad business this. Deed is it, lovely, though it grow ne'er where, gin they see us two all agog like this. Well, well, Laconians, come to facts at once. What brings you here? We're envoys sent to claver anent a peace. Ah, just the same as we. Then let's call out Lysistrata at once. There's none but she can make us friends again. Aye, by the Trois cha ut Lysistrata. Nay, here she is. No need, it seems, to call. She hears your voices, and she comes uncalled. Lysistrata comes forward, attended by her handmaid, Reconciliation. O lady, noblest and best of all, arise, arise and thyself revealed, gentle, severe, attractive, harsh, well skilled with all our complaints to deal. The first and foremost of Hellas come. They are caught by the charm of thy spell-drawn wheel. They come to thee to adjust their claims, disputes to settle, and strifes to heal. And no such mightier matter if you take them in love's first passion, still unsatisfied. I'll try them now. Go, Reconciliation. Bring those Laconians hither, not with rude, ungenial harshness, hurrying them along, not in the awkward style our husbands used, but with all tact, as only women can. So, now bring me those Athenians too. Now then, Laconians, stand beside me here, and you stand there, and listen to my words. I am a woman, but I don't lack sense. I am of myself not badly off for brains, and often listening to my father's words, and old men's talk. I've not been badly schooled, and now, dear friends, I wish to chide you both, that ye, all of one blood, all brethren sprinkling, the selfsame altars from the selfsame laver. At Pylae, Pythos, and Olympia, and many others which were long to name, that ye Hellenes, with barbarian foes, armed, looking on, fight and destroy Hellenes. So far one reprimand includes you both. And I'm dying all for love, sweetheart. And ye Laconians, for I'll turn to you, do not mind how Pericles came. His coat was scarlet, but his cheeks were white, and sat a suppliant at Athenian altars, and begged for help. 'Twas when Messenes pressed weighing you down, and God's great earthquake too. And Cimon went. Athenian Cimon went with his 4,000 men, and saved your state. And ye, whom Athens aided, now in turn, ravaged the land which erst befriended you. For Zeus, they're wrong, Lysistrata. Oh, we're rang, but she's a bra-ain. She, and you, Athenians, think ye that I mean to let you off? Do you not mind, when ye wore skirts of hide, how these Laconians came and stood beside you in a fight alone, and slew full many a stout Thessalian's trooper, full many of Hippias' friends and helpers, and freed the state and gave your people back the civic mantle for the servile skirt? Danged, and there ever were a bonnier lassie. Hanged if I ever saw so sweet a creature. Such friends aforetime, helping each the other. What is it makes you fight and bicker now? Why can't ye come to terms? Why can't ye, troth and we're willin', gin they get us back yon girdle nuke. What's that? Pylas, Yanini. Wilk we've been a langin' and a grapin' for. No, by Poseidon, but you won't get that. Oh, let me have it, man. How can we stir without it? Ask for something else instead. Ha. Let's see. Suppose they give us back Echinus first, then the full-bosomed Gulf. O Melius, then the straight Megaric limbs. Aye, man, you're daft. You'll know everything. Oh, let it be, don't wrangle about the limbs. I'd like to strip and plough my field, and I to bring the midden by the toit. All this you'll do, when once ye come to terms, so if ye would, go and consult together, and talk it over, each with your allies. Allies, says she. Now, my good soul, consider, what do they want? What can they want? But this their wives again? They fent another wis mine I ween, nor my Christians either. Oh, that is well, so purify yourselves, and in the Acropolis will feast you all on what our cupboards still retain in store. There, each to other, plight your oath and troth, then every man receive his wife again, and hie off homeward, that we will, and quickly. Gay on, we's follow. I as quick as can quick. Lysistrata and the ambassadors go in. Chorus. Gorgeous robes and golden trinkets, shawls and mantles rich and rare, I will lend to all who need them, lend for use to wear. Or if any comrade's daughter with the basket bear, one and all I here invite you, freely of my goods partake, not is sealed so well, but boldly ye the seals may break, and of all that lurks behind them, quick partition make. Only if you find the treasures, only if the stores you spy, you must have, I'll tell you plainly, keener sight than I. Is there any man among you, with a lot of children small, with a crowd of hungry servants starving in this hall? I have wheat to spare in plenty, I will feed them all, loaves a quart apiece, I'll give them, come along, whoever will. Bring your bags and bring your wallets, for my slave to fill. Mains, he's the boy to pack them, tight and tighter still. Only you must keep your distance, only you must needs take care. Only don't approach my doorway, wear the watchdog wear. Some idlers come in from the marketplace, and attempt to enter the house in which the ambassadors are feasting. Idler. Open the door there, ho! Be off, you rascal! What, won't you stir? I've a mind to roast you, all with this torch. No, that's a vulgar trick. I won't do that. Still, if the audience wish it, to please their tastes, we'll undertake the task. And we, with you, will undertake the task. Hang you, be off! What are you at? You'll catch it. Come, begone. These Laconians here. The banquet ended. May depart in peace. The banqueters begin to come out. Well, if I ever saw a feast like this, what cheery fellows those Laconians were, and we were wondrous witty in our cups. Aye, 'tis when we're sober we're so daft. Now if the state would take a friend's advice, 'twould make its envoys always all get drunk. When we go dry to Sparta, all our aim is just to see what mischief we can do. We don't hear aught they say, and we infer a heap of things they never said at all. Then we bring home all sorts of differing tales. Now everything gives pleasure, if a man, when he should sing Cleitagora, strike up with Telemon's song, will clap him on the back, and say 'twas excellent, aye, and swear it too. The idlers again approach. Why, bless the fellows, here they come. Again, crowding along. Be off, you scoundrels, will you? By Zeus, we must, the guests are coming. The ambassadors come out from the banquet. Oh, lovely mine, take up the pipes and blah. And I see just dance and sing a canty sang, and net the Athenians, and ain selves too. Aye, by the powers, take up the pipes and blow. But I dearly love to see you dance. Stir, memory, stir the chills. Why, that auld saying o' thine, wilt kens that what we and Attics did, in the grand fetch laying sign, at Artemisium they resolute and strange, rushed dourly to the fray, hurtling like goddess amang, the timbered ships and put the Medes to rout, and us Leonidas sled out like gruesome boars, I ween, wedded our Tuskie's king. Muckle round the chaps was the white freth gleaming, muckle adoon the legs was the white freth streaming. For unnumbered as the sands were they, thy Persian bands. O Artemis the pure, the chaste, the virgin queller o' the beasties, O come wi' power and come wi' haste, and come to join our friendly feasties. Come with thy stoutest tether, to knit our souls together, and gie us peace and store, and luve for evermore. Far hence depart, the tod's deceitful heart. O virgin huntress, pure and chaste, O come we power and come we haste. There, all is settled, all arranged at last. Now take your ladies, you Laconians, those, and you, take these. Then standing side by side, each by his partner, lead your dances out, in grateful honor to the gods, and oh, be sure you never more offend again. Now for the chorus, the graces, the minstrelsy. Call upon Artemis, queen of the glade. Call on her brother, the lord of festivity. Holy and gentle one, mighty to aid. Call upon Bacchus, afire with his Menades. Call upon Zeus in the lightning arrayed. Call on his queen, ever blessed, adorable. Call on the holy, infallible witness. Call them to witness the peace and the harmony. This which divine Aphrodite has made. Allah, la, 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 la. Whoop for victory, la, 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 la. Avoy, avoy, la, 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 la. Ave, ave, la, 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 la. Our excellent new song is done. Do you, Laconian, give us one? Leave Taigeti, and quickly hither, muse Laconian, come. Him the good O Bri Amicle, him Athena, Brassen Dome, him the Tinrarids forever, sporten by Erotus river. Know then, know the steep begin, twirlin licked the fleecy skin, say we join our blissome voices, praising Sparta, loud and thlaying. Sparta of all rejoices, and the choral dance and sang. Oh, to watch her bonny doctors sport alang Erotus waters. Winsome feet forever playin', fleet as fillies, wild and gay. Winsome tresses tossin' flyin', as o' bacchanals at play. Let us doctor on before us, pure and spritty guides the chorus. Onward go, whilst your eager hand represses, ah, the glory o' your tresses. Whilst your eager foot is springin', like the roe, whilst your eager voice is singin', praise to her in mighty excellent goddess o' the Brassen dwellin'.